Hello. Sunday. Oh. I got my wheel going so fast. I don't know about that. We're having gorgeous weather here. Hello, hey girl, hey. Hello, Rox. Lisa. Okay, it's all spinners so far. How's your tour going? I've been seeing what Rox is doing on Instagram. Hey, Venus. Hola. Hello, June. How is everybody? It's okay. Hey, you just type hey any way you want. Hello. Already did my 20 minutes of challenge day. I did 20 minutes on silk hankies, but I'm going to just work on my sweater yarn while we're here. Whoa, hey. Hello. From Drowning Boston. Is it raining there, Joanne? Kelly said haven't spun an inch yet. That's all right, Kelly. You're doing fine. You're doing great. Julia said hello from, I don't know, Ronde. Tell me. You tell me. Ronde, Denmark. Love to watch your videos. Thank you. I tried to learn Danish a while ago, but I'm not going to practice any on you because it's horrible. Rock said I pulled out some fleeces I acquired in 2019 and I'm finally scouring them. That is really exciting. Did you finish your rarer breeds? I don't know if rare is, it's kind of subjective, but Sarah forgot today is Sunday. That happens to me all the time, Sarah. I wish it didn't, but it does. Erin, hello. Joanne said it's pouring all day in Boston. Kelly said my challenge day is supported spindling, but I need to get laundry in the washer first. Well, that only takes a minute, right? Alice, hi all. Don't know how long I can stay. Kids coming over shortly. Alice, I'm sending you something, so check your mail out in the next couple days. Hello, Teen. Teen said hi, everyone from Chile, Zambia. Rebecca's combing Shetland. Rebecca, I'm still watching. Rebecca had a package that didn't make it to her. I'm still watching for it to come back. I just want you to know I didn't forget you. I was there Friday. Carrie said, I've already washed some fleece while wearing gloves. Will probably consider spinning 30 minutes as my challenge. Deb said it's supposed to rain all day in my area, which is okay because spinning and scary movies all day. Hello, Katrina from Germany. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Julia said it's difficult to learn, but you did great. Well, I still don't have much Danish. I really should go back to it. Rania said stuck at work, not an inch spun. I'll teach you Danish. Trade spinning lessons for language lessons. Ugh, sounds good. Hello, Sunny. Sarah said I saw the live notification and was like, Trisha's going live on an odd day. Why does that feel so close to my heart, Sarah? Rebecca said, is this the first or second challenge day? This is the second. Tomorrow is the second rest day. And then we're just flat out until the 23rd. Kelly said I washed half a huge Rambouillet fleece yesterday. Wow, good job. The rest is on the docket for today. Alice said, what? What did I do to deserve a special treat? You didn't have to do anything to deserve a special treat, Alice. You just deserve one. Rock said I was getting frustrated with some of the rare breeds because I can't find much info on them. Several are very short, so they seem to be destined for hand carding, which I'm still a rank beginner on. A perfect chance to practice, though. But it's kind of hard to do during the tour. Julia said I spun my first long draw today. Man, it's difficult. You know what? It'll get so much easier if you just keep practicing. But yes, it is hard at first. I took forever to be able to let go of the control of it I guess, because I supported it for a long time. I still do sometimes. Um, Eileen said, "Happy Sunday, everybody." I saw that you guys had a Zoom. It looked very fun. You know what? I was so excited because I've never seen a beer before. I've seen most of your faces at some point or another, but I've never seen her before. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's her face. So weird for me to get that excited. I mean, Kenzie said, "Plying my hedgehog fiber, 100% merino." Hello, Bonnie. Nyla said, "Hello, spindle spin." And now plying on my ladybug. That's nice. No problem, Rebecca. Rebecca said, "I'm all over time, place." Alice, I'm not. I'm not sweet at all. I'm horrible. Hello, Evie. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that anymore. I'm not. I'm not horrible. I'm working on it. Louise said, "Loving the Tour de Fleece. It's keeping me focused." That's what I like about it. It just feels like just a little bit of motivation to spin every day. I really don't need a lot. Joanne said, "Spun on Turkish spindle every day while caregiving parents. Finally got home to all my fun tools, but sick with sinus. No! Infection, horrible cough, no energy to spin." We have so many people on the bench for injuries and illness. Marie said, "Hope you're out staying cool and able to breathe the air." It's beautiful here. Venus said, "My challenge was to chain ply some leftover singles on a bobbin I needed. First chain ply and overply, but I will keep practicing each time I have leftover singles until it's better, so not to ruin." That's a great idea. And it will get better. Just slow down your wheel. Kate said, "Hi, all, winding yarn from my next Super Sock World Championship lap. Then going to work on some Polworth silk." Okay, Venus said, "A regular skein." I know, Teen. I'm kind of sorry that I missed that. I'm so sorry. Eileen said, "Me neither. So lovely to see everybody, including a beer." Hey, Kai. Janine said, "Hi from California, trying to spin some BFL silk very thin for a 3-ply fingering. Hopefully a sweater in my future." Julia said, "That is also my hurdle, not to squeeze the fibers, but just let them spin." Um, it's really hard to teach yourself to change that. So just be easy on yourself and keep practicing, because you will feel the rhythm after a while and you will be able to let go just a little more at a time. Melissa said, "I've never spun before. Any tips on a drop spindle?" Pre-draft a bit at a time. And maybe, I think some people support it in the beginning, right? Carrie said, "Thank you. I was about to argue with you." I know, I'm working on it. I'm really working on it, Carrie. I promise. The other day, I know I haven't done this a lot, but I said something to my therapist and she was like, "Don't say that to yourself. That's mean." And I was like, "It is?" And she's like, "Yes." I don't even know. Ugh. Uh-oh. Funny. Okay. Rebecca said, "The place." Okay. You're all over the place. Okay. That's all right. But I'm watching for it. Deb said, "Exactly. I love the focus Tour de Fleece gives me." Yeah. A lot of us, I think. Don't you think? I'm still on my first bat of the second sweater of the tour. Marie said, "I'm finding the Tour de Fleece is helping me with my consistency." Do you think it's just because you're practicing, like you're working on it every day, Marie? I think that makes huge difference for so many people. Craft Design said, "I'm very grateful for this group and the wonderfully relaxed inspiration to get back to this sweater spin." Oh. Putting the pressure on myself doesn't work, so I don't want to put it on you guys either. Teresa said, "Hi, everyone. Not sure what I will work on. Might go gardening or spin some alpaca." Erin said, "I'm going to get to weaving a shawl for my mom. No spinning right now, but I do have time for it now." Erin, I was going to ask you if that was, but I don't know how to ask you without, you know. Julia said, "Thank you." You will get there, Julia. Sarah said, "Park and draft that's it. Big help for drop spindle in the beginning." That's what I mean. Don't spin, just pre-draft and then spin it. Kai said, "How's everyone doing with the Tour de Fleece? I was so busy for my birthday." Was that your birthday, Kai? What? I saw your trip. Okay, it's warm in here. Your trip looked amazing. Alice said, happy belated birthday, Kai. Happy birthday. I spun some silk hankies in your honor today, but I didn't know. Carrie said it's a new habit. It'll take time. I'm working on too many things at once, too. And my brain is fighting me. I think some of you guys will understand that without me going too deep into it. Rock said, I'm finally learning that I can do both spinning and knitting in the same day. Wait till you add weaving. I'm not saying you're going to, but I did all three today. So, oh my goodness. Janine said, yes, even just 10 minutes a day makes a huge difference. It's because it reinforces your muscle memory like in the best possible way. Short, but every day is like the best. Eileen said, weirdly enough, I sort of fell into long draw spinning before I knew what it was because I only spin with drop spindles. If I spin long draw, I can spin longer before having to wind up my yarn. That makes a lot of sense. Hello, Danielle. Danielle, I did not forget that chart. I just found it. So I'm going to take a picture and put it up in the group. Hey, Mel. What are you working on today, Mel? She's always doing some work. Elizabeth said, hey, Carrie, how's the hand? Still sore, but so much better than yesterday. Oh, bless you. John just sneezed. Deanna said, hi, everyone. A little slow getting here. Finished up spaghetti sauce and now ready to rest and ply. Oh, that sounds nice. Kai said, pre-drafting helps a lot, but it helps to stop your spindle in your hand as well. So park and draft. There you go. Carrie said, yep, I get it. Hugging you from afar. You know what? This week has been better, but it's been super interesting and harder than I thought. Much harder. Alice said, Carrie, the hardships of feline fur babies. I do feel bad for Vex. That must have been so scary for her. Kai said it really just takes practice and figuring out what works for you. I agree with that. And I think like when you're pre-drafting, you learn more about drafting so that when you decide not to pre-draft, your hands will kind of know what to do more, if that makes sense. Sorry, something just popped up. Eileen said start with a good quality spindle and start with a lightweight one. Also watch some YouTubers who use drop spindles a lot. Some show off all their spindles and explain what they like about each. That's really smart. I started with one that was made from a toy wheel and a dowel, and that was the only one I had until Tina sent me that new one. Hey Angie, Evie said, now that I have my new deck up, I'm going to be sitting outside spinning and knitting. Can't wait. That's pretty cool. Is that why you ordered fiber, Evie? Carrie said, same Elizabeth, like I'm working on useful things. Erin said, I'm very thankful to have time to make things again. Everything is all good and groovy. My anxiety has gone way down over the last week. Good for you. I'm glad that it's a positive change for you. Alice said, while I wait for the kids, I think I'll play on the Turkish because I'm wearing a dress. I'll be sure to catch it on. Oh, Eileen said, also, don't start with merino. Start with a medium wool. I totally agree with that. How often people start with merino because it's all around and it's so easy to get. People don't tell new spinners enough that a medium wool is going to be easier to start with. Or a longer staple anyways. Tracy, hello. Marie said, yes, practice, practice, practice. Joanne's a question. Stamp my single. In the end, buried itself on the bobbin. Could not find it. Patient hubby even gave up. Finally tried to rewind from center. Big mistake. So, okay, is the question how to find it? Angie has my answer. She said a toothbrush is good for finding ends. That's what I do. I take a toothbrush and I brush it against the, hang on, let me show you. Against the direction of the bobbin. So like I'll brush it gently all the way up and then I'll turn it a little and just do this. And turn it a little and do this until it dislodges. But I've heard of people using tape. I haven't tried that because I'm afraid it'll raise too much of, fuzz up too much of what I'm doing. And I'm not always okay with that, but I've heard of that too. Mel said I'm going to start pitting cherries now. Also finished a fingerless mitt for a friend, cast on the second one and just realized I used the wrong needle. Oh, you guys are going fast. Rania said I find spindle spinning a bit too much for my ADHD brain, but I'll keep on trying. Rebecca just ordered a Mayan spindle. Yay! Can't wait for it. Julia said I'm spinning on an E-Spinner 3. Any tips on speed set? It totally depends on how thick you are spinning, how fast you draft, all those things. So it depends on a lot of things. Crystal had my other one, a piece of tape. Hello, Crystal. Kai said spindle episode is going to be up sometime before Christmas, but I may consider doing it earlier. It's one of those videos that might need 2 parts. Yeah, there is a lot to cover. Yes. Rock said I just bought a used woolly winder. Do you love it already? I love mine. And what is weird about that I love even more, is when I'm winding off the bobbin, like into a hank, it doesn't jerk when it goes from the small diameter to the big as it goes up and down on the size of, I don't know how to explain this. It changes the speed because it's coming off the bobbin at different speeds, and you don't get that with the woolly winder, and I love it. June said I always start newbies on Corriedale. That's one of the 3 I always recommend. Kate said yes to wool other than merino at the beginning. If Trish has any of the new spinner sample packs, 3 different breeds, it would be perfect. I finally learned how to draft well with those. That's wonderful, Kate. I am going to do that again. John and I were just talking about it last weekend. Carrie said, congratulations, Rocks. They're so great. Lydia said, happy birthday, Kai. Thumbs up, everyone. Thanks, Lydia. I do not know why I can't remember that. I need to write myself a note. I start reading this and my brain only does one thing. Joanne said, yes. How do you find the end? I will try the brush solution next time. I actually keep a toothbrush in the backpack that my Hanson is in, because it happens to everybody, Joanne. Eventually, it's going to happen to everyone. Crystal said you can de-sticky the tape by tapping it on your clothing first or your skin. Smart. Kai said I learned on a BFL cross and still love it to death. BFL is one of the other of the 3. And I always recommend Romney in that trifecta of new spinners. Eileen said Melissa, sheep breeds and their wools are classed as fine, medium, etc. You could start with Shetland or Dorset, for instance. Also really good fun ones. Karen, hello, good morning. How are you? Hello, Nicole. She said, caught you live. Hi from Missouri. Melissa said, Eileen, thank you. I'm glad I asked before I bought a merino. I mean, you're going to love spinning merino probably someday. It's just harder to learn with. Hello, Liddy. How are you? Hello, Tina. Anne said I won a spindle prize from Andrea Mowry's Spin It to Knit It Weekender. I'm going to give spindle spinning a try. I haven't tried since college a long time ago. You can do it, Anne. I bet that now that you've done the other kind for a long time, it'll be easier. Danielle said, oh, Anne, that's exciting. Helene said, hello. She said, so glad I made it in time. Yeah, you got lots of time. Elizabeth said, I agree. I'm using BFL to learn to spin on my spindle, and I can tell it's helping. Usually it has a long staple, and that is very helpful to start out. Also, for new spinners, you know what one of the biggest things I see that's a problem is your hands being too close together when you're drafting, so you're holding both ends of the staple. The BFL staple made me think of that. It happens a lot. Angie said, Carrie said, hi, Anne, and congratulations. Angie said, with woolly winders being so expensive, I can only afford one, but I have 3 wheels. Yes, they all need a different one. Also, I wouldn't know whether a standard or jumbo would be better. What kind of wheels Do you have an electric one? Or are you putting it on a manual one? I think it makes a difference. I know it makes a difference. Um, Eileen said, "Oh, did I say Dorset? Not Dorset. That one is too stretchy. Not so easy. I meant Romney. I still love Dorset, though. I love it." Carrie said, "Angie, personally, I'd always go with jumbo, but it usually means you need a different flyer." Oh, sometimes it does. Yes. Yeah. It took me a second to understand. Chris said, "Hello. Hello, Chris. How are you?" Anne said Corriedale was my favorite when I first learned to spin. I think Corriedale was the very first thing I ever spun. Yes. Oh my gosh, Cindy. My camera turned. I must have bumped it. You want to see? Um, some of you guys were there. I know Elizabeth was there. I did. This is a Cheviot, Superwash Cheviot that I dyed with the Country Classics dye we got in one of the boxes. And I've knit a sock, but it's way too small for me, so I think I'm going to give it to my son's girlfriend. Like, that's, for me, that's like tiny. The second one's on the heel flap. Dreamweaver Sandy, right? Please tell me I got that right. Said, "Good thing I put the weaving down and checked. Sorry, I'm late." You're not late. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. We're glad you're here. Crystal said, "Thank you, Cindy, for that question." Were you staring at them, Crystal? Joanne said, "Woolly winders require their own bobbins, correct?" Yes. They have a gear on them. I just happen to have one in my lap that helps turn the mechanism inside the flyer going back and forth. So yeah, you do need your own. Rock said, "I was surprised the ratios, yes, on the woolly winder were different than on my standard flyer." Teen said, "I'm learning this tour to spin a supported spindle and only have merino. I found spinning it from the fold. Oh, good to be the solution to drafting it." There you go. Angie said it would probably be the Magicraft, but they have fine flyer, Delta, and Jumbo. Right. Cindy said, "Very fun. Thank you." Anytime. I did not realize it was going to show. I pushed it back and then accidentally turned the camera. Chris said, "All is good in the Louisiana swamp. I've been watching all y'all's progress on the tour and the adorable daily image. So good." I'm glad you like them, Chris. I am so glad. I didn't know how that was going to go. It's been a journey. I never know how things are going to go. So I'm just always like on this roller coaster of being behind, but it's okay. Kai said, "Teen, I love my Tackley. It's so fun." Eileen said, "So cool. Trish, love those colors. Did you dye the yarn or the fiber?" I dyed the fiber and then I spun it very fine. You know, it probably does look like because it's so, the repeat is so pronounced. But, and then it's chain plied. I think I chain plied it here while we were doing lives a while ago. Anne said, "Merino is still my nemesis and it's the Into the Woods fiber." Oh gosh, I'm sorry, Anne. I did dye that on a different base, but it's gone. Not helpful, I know. Crystal said, "I love the color," so yes, I was staring. Elizabeth said, "Hey, Christy, I have a quilting question for you. Is there something like Ravelry for quilting patterns? I have always just used magazines, but wondered if I was missing out on something." I didn't know you quilted too, Elizabeth. Goddess said, "Hi, spinning friends. Joanna here. Good afternoon from Connecticut. Happy Tour de Fleece." Yes, Elizabeth was in the live. See, I told you. It was so fun. I really do appreciate that. Mel said, "Huge shout out to Rox for the great video on Sewn Bind Off, my new favorite." Nice and stretchy, right? Carrie said, "Hi, Joanna. Good to see you again." Oh, yep. And hi, Carrie. Hope your hand is on the mend. Eileen said, "I completely agree, teen. Spinning my high merino content bat long draw from the fold and it spins so much easier." Craft Design asked, "Will you please tell us where you got I've been telling. I don't I mean, I've been telling. but not every day. Like people are asking every single day, so maybe you missed it. I subscribe to a service. So I basically like put in what my thoughts are that I want, and then I get them back. So I pay for it, but because they're AI generated, they are not copyrightable in the US. So I'm sure people will tell you different things, but I have done the research on it. So if you want to take those designs, you can take them and do what you want with them. Carrie said I'm going to need a black t-shirt with a black sheep. Now that I think about it, I believe there is one, so go for it. Carrie said, yes, better already, talking about her hand. Thank you. Elizabeth said, I'm a little mad about the cute sheep pictures because I have not been able to stop myself from buying everything. You've been very restrained, Elizabeth. That's not true. She said, I hate being reminded that I don't have enough self-control. Well, I was saying those tumblers, I want them so bad. I want a bunch. But John's work is always sending these like insulated coffee cups, you know, the stainless ones with the lids and stuff home. And I'm like, stop bringing these home. And now I want to buy myself a bunch of those stupid tumblers. Chris said, I have found Missouri Star Quilting and Bonnie Hunter to be good sources for free patterns. Bonnie does one a year free, very scrappy, that she then publishes for a fee. Sarah said, I would love to spin right now, but it is so humid that more fiber, yes, would stick to me. It happens sometimes, Sarah. Crystal said, unfortunately, I don't think there is a quilting thing like Ravelry. I do find lots of quilt patterns at the fabric manufacturers' websites, though. Craft Design said, thank you. I want to use one on a customizable iPad cover. Yep, I mean, do your thing. They do not, I don't know how to explain it to people either because I'm like, they don't belong to me, but yes, they kind of sort of came from me. But so I don't exactly know how to explain it sometimes. Angie said, oh yes, I hate sticky days too. That's when spinners need air conditioning. Elizabeth said, Chris, I am a subscriber to Missouri Star and I like the Midnight Quilt Show as well, but it's not a database. Somebody needs to start one. I see a collaboration here. Hello, Polly's. Wendy said, hi everyone, visiting my son in New Mexico and spinning on my mini Turkish spindle, very portable. Nice. Teen said, Elizabeth, I'm waiting until the end to get all my faves. I think that's probably where I'm at this point. Chris said, also Moda and other fabric manufacturers. Okay, I lost that. I'm sorry. It went too fast. Elizabeth said, you can take his free tumblers and put the sheep stickers on them. There you go. I'll just cover up their logo. I mean, he comes home with like a logo thing every week practically. Chris said, oh, a database? I don't think so. Eileen said, I ordered the... now she wants... Okay, she ordered a t-shirt. Now she wants a bag. Joanne said, Fat Quarter Shop and Pat Sloan have lots of free patterns. Sherry McConnell does a free sew-along, I guess, every year with monthly blocks. Tracy said you could use the cute stickers on the stupid mugs. Well, okay, let me tell you why they're stupid. They're nice, but actually, maybe everybody has this, but it seems like they just build up in the cupboard until they're crammed in there, and I hate when any cupboard is like so crammed that it's hard to get things in and out of. It really drives me nuts. So I'm like, stop. Carrie, that's exactly it. She said, I think of it like hiring a robot graphic designer. But like I said, it's hard to explain to people that, you know, you can use it, but I didn't steal it, I think is what I'm trying to boil it down and say. I don't know why I'm sweating. Elizabeth said, yes, Trish, I've been a quilter since college, much longer than I've been a knitter. Look at you. You're so crafty. Chris said, yes, Pat Sloan has lots to share, but not in a database. Craft Design said, there is a video from an artist on why U.S. copyright doesn't apply to AI, but since you paid for the service, it's still generous for you to give your permission. That's it. I don't know how to... I mean, I don't own it. If I can't copyright it, I don't own it, really. Bye, Kai. Rita said, just spinning on Navajo and combing mohair. Oh, you guys are too fast today. Rebecca loves the stickers. I did order some of the stickers so that I can start putting them in orders. You guys, most of you know that I usually put a sticker in an order, but I had a billion of the last design, so they're almost gone. I ordered some of the new ones to go in orders. Tracy said, question, when it is warm and humid, do you find the fiber that is in your hand sort of felted, or at least the fiber starts to feel less smooth? Am I crazy? I don't find that. But I don't hold it tightly at all. I mean, I am barely holding it in my hand usually. Mel said, I also hate those mugs and tumblers if they are not dishwasher safe. I'm over. I totally get it, but I'm at a point now where I'm just like, I hand wash them and I don't think too much about it. There you go. Sarah said, if you want to get rid of those tumblers, you could put them in your shop as an add-on for a few bucks. Logo is luck of the draw. Smart. Rachel said, oh, I have a question. I think I'm going to get a used 4-shaft counterbalance loom for my first loom. Do you have any recommendations for books or anything to read to get me started? I'm super excited. I do not, Rachel, because I taught myself from YouTube. No lie. I don't even think I own a book on floor looms. I have a pattern book that John suggested one of our kids buy me for Christmas, and that's it. But by then I could already weave, you know what I mean? Kate said, I'm working through Polworth Silk Blend and the silk seems tough to draft. Should the silk be mixing with the wool? Chunks of just silk. I'm spinning fairly fine. Maybe we'll end up a DK Sport 3-ply. It does happen sometimes that way, Kate, that because the silk staple is a lot longer, it's harder to keep it consistent throughout. So what I would do if I was having that trouble is I would probably try and pre-draft watching the distribution and see if that helps. Stabby Hooker said, almost afternoon, everyone. Having a good day. Really been having a hard time in the last 6 months. Tour de Fleece, and you all have helped so much the past 6 months, even though I've been quiet. I'm so glad that it's helping you. What part is helping you? Seeing the pictures and stuff? Rebecca has the same issue. I don't know why I'm like that. When any storage part in our house is getting crammed and too full, it just drives me insane. I can't find things. I can't move things. I don't like it. Teresa said, spinning alpaca outside. I so enjoy listening to Trish read your comments. I often miss the live, so yay for today. This way you can spin while we do it. Oh. Carrie said, Stabby Hooker, welcome back, and so many hugs. Tina said, well, my son just walked out. Now I can fully listen. Happened every week. She said that before. He's going on a 3-week road trip tomorrow, though, and I will miss him. Exciting. Kate said, thanks. We'll give it a go. Oh, yep. Carrie said, that's a good suggestion. You could also try spinning from the fold. Craft Design said, weaving books, Learn to Weave. Can't think of author. And Intentional Weaver by Laura Fry. See, I haven't read either one of those. I've never even heard of them. I never know what's going on in the rest of the world. I've just been thinking about it recently, like how I do not follow any other like channels that spin a lot or dye a lot or weave a lot. But I will go and look for something that I'm trying to learn to do that I don't follow. But like I follow Rox's channel because it's knitting. I don't know why. And because she's so technical, I often find things that like those technical things like I'm talking about where I'm like, I need to learn how to do fill in the blank, and she'll have a video on it oftentimes. Carrie said, Kate, you could also try, yes, spinning from the fold. We already read that. I have read that one. I don't know. Eileen said, I am so glad the community is helping. Stabby said, watching your videos and watching and participating in all the fun everyone is having spinning. Watching the pictures and like the progress and people saying, gosh, spinning every day is making my spinning better. Isn't that so awesome? I love it. Oh. Rock said, Trish, I don't follow other knitting so does that mean you don't know? Does that make sense? You don't know what's kind of like trending in the knitting world? I've never really been a person that follows trending stuff anyway, but a lot of times you guys say stuff to me and you all seem to know what's going on with a particular like designer or whatever, and I have no clue. So I have to go look or I forget, which is usually what happens. Um Erin said Roxanne is so thorough in her videos. I love them. Exactly. Crystal said I found Roxanne by looking up a house. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's just Roxanne Richardson. That's her channel. That's her, like, this is her commenting. She said I have no idea of any designers or yarns. I feel so much better knowing that. You don't understand. Because I don't think that we've talked about that before, have we? That you don't really do that? Anne said School of Sweet Georgia has videos and really good online classes for all fiber topics: spinning, dyeing, weaving, knitting. I have watched some of those weaving videos on Sweet Georgia, but that's it. See, I really don't know. Erin said I'm so obsessed with staying on top of things. Crystal said it's her name. Yes. I am so not on top of things. Rock said I spend my time knitting things from the past. Alice said not a trend follower here, so no clue. See, that's how I am. I don't know. Eileen said, "Oh guys, don't forget to hit the like." Thanks, please do that. Um Also, what's in style right now is not what I am drawn to for the most part. So I don't know how to explain it. I don't see the things that I want to knit coming out very often right now. I am often going to stuff that's just like not as mainstream. Carrie said I haven't been working on a skill for Tour de Fleece, but it has amazed me how spending just 30 minutes a day processing has taken my fleece stash from overwhelming to manageable. Amazing, right? Rebecca said you all inspired me to try short forward woolen. This tribe is great. That's awesome. Carrie said the power was with just click your shoes together, Carrie. All my fleeces washed. Karen said AI art is a starting place to generate ideas, like looking through a gallery or magazine. Start there, then make images yours through significant modifications. Yeah, I have thought about that actually, Karen. I'm not sure where the line is, and that's part of my problem. But I'm with you on some of that. Rock said, I follow what's interesting to me and I really don't care what is popular. I don't either. I really don't. Rita said, you're the only one I follow, Trish. I will look at Evie. I think her name, oh, Evie, I think her name is, sorry, I had to read that. I'll Google any knitting question I have. Yeah. Faraday Farm said, I've been working on long draw. Not there yet, but I'm getting better. See, if you practice, it takes time, and some of it is confidence, like to be able to let go of the control a little bit, and it's weird to say this, but you just feel the feeling of how much twist you need before you draw back. It just takes time and muscle memory and practice. Teen said I feel like I knit so slow. By the time I finish something on trend, it'll be old news. If you keep knitting, you'll get faster. Kelly said I like to wait until a bunch of people have knit something so I can see it on plus size people before I commit. Um, Often on Ravelry, if I see something I want to knit, I will look at other people's projects to see what it looks like on all different people and what they did with colors, all those things. And it is such a nice thing to be able to do. Sarah said I like watching knitting and crocheting YouTube channels because I don't have any fiber friends in real life. I can understand it. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just not what I do. Rock said if I never see another top-down raglan or circular yoke sweater, I'll be happy. Have you knit a few too many? Rebecca said, thank you all. Also, I am not on trend. Rania said, got a question. Anyone who is a pro at telling different fibers apart by picture or description, I got a grab bag and I would like to learn how to tell the different fibers apart. Video tips. I'll be honest. I do not believe there is anyone who can be sure. I think they can help narrow it down for you often, but I don't think anyone can be sure because there is a variation and then there are things in common with all different fibers. You know what I mean? So I don't believe anyone really can. If they say they can, they would have to prove it to me with science. Faraday Farm said, I'm going to try channeling Carrie. Oh, that's really sweet. Angie said, I enjoy long draw a lot. Now I figured it out. I do too. I love it. Crystal said to Roxanne, I'm a little injured here. Joanne said, Jillian Eva's a YouTuber who does a lot of historical textile deep dives. Kelly said to Rox, I don't like seamed sweaters because I have been tricked into knitting sleeves that don't fit my biceps and bodies that aren't long enough too often. Well, you can always add length. That's an easy one. It's the other part that's harder. There you go. Sarah said, sorry, if you're a slow knitter, by the time you finish that on-trend item, it'll come back around again. That's the bright side, Sarah. I like it. Not follow. Itsy Bitsy said not followed anyone either. Just see what Stephen West is up to. Waiting for something more quiet from him to knit. Carrie, I'm you and me. She said, I rarely leave the house, so y'all are just as much real life friends as any of mine. Karen said, what do you think is the perfect number of plies for a good, round, sturdy, lasting sock yarn? If you really want a round yarn, I like 3. But I don't think that the number of plies affects whether it is sturdy or lasting. I think that is more a function of the way it's spun and what fibers you use, if that makes sense. Teresa said, you guys are the best. We're pretty great. Elizabeth said, Roxanne, do you have videos on seamed sweaters? Because there's fiber I want to use for just a front panel of a sweater and a contrasting for the rest of it. I don't know how to start. Kelly said, I'm not that skilled yet. You'll get there. That's okay. Terry said, books for Rachel on weaving. Warp and Weave, Robert Lectern. Learning to Weave, Deborah Chandler. Sorry so late on the answer. I had to go find my books. That was nice of you to go look for them, Terry. Alice said, kids are here wrecking my kitchen. Love you guys. See you on the flip side. Bye, Alice. Eileen said, I agree, and I don't think you can learn recognizing fibers from YouTube. If you spin with a lot of fibers, you can learn to narrow it down into groups, maybe. Wool sorters spend a lifetime learning. I really believe even a wool sorter could not necessarily be sure, like between Romney and Corriedale. Sometimes they're going to look similar. Sometimes they're going to look nothing alike. But I don't think anyone can do it. They can give you a guess, but they're never going to be sure. Crystal said, I have to finish the dark academia sweater, then convince myself I'm brave to knit a saddle shoulder. You can do it, Crystal. It looks hard, but just do step by step and you can do it. 100%. I know you can. She said, my next sweater has them. I've done them like probably 5 times only, but every time I'm like, this is not that hard. Evie said, I like watching Coco knit. I don't know why, but there's something about it that makes sense to me, so I'm able to follow the patterns. It is nice when you find somebody who thinks like you do and can help you with that stuff. I think channels, that's one of the reasons why some channels are like right for some people and then not right for others. Sarah said, to Carrie, most of my friends are online. I refer to them as my pocket friends because they live inside my phone. Eileen agrees. And Eileen, you've touched a lot of breeds now, so I like it. Mel said, "Can you please just stay on YouTube and read comments and talk to me for the rest of the day while I pit these stupid cherries?" Asking for a friend. Rock said, "Elizabeth, I have lots of videos on seaming, also a series on the basics of sweater styles and how they are constructed. I bet that'd be really helpful." Itzy said, "You can set your yarn to fire with a lighter. Wool smells like it is burnt hair. Cotton smells like burning paper." Oh yeah, to tell some, you can, that will help you tell some stuff. Rita said, "I love that phrase, pocket friends." Itsy Bitsy said, "Wool stops burning by itself, so that's why it's used in fire blankets." Eileen said, "They sort in qualities, not breeds, and even within the same sheep, there can be so many different sorts of." That's true. The exact, just one sheep, not just one breed. Faraday Farm said, "I usually jump in over my head. I just nearly finished the Elizabeth Zimmerman circular surprise sweater. I don't think I've ever knit that one. It is amazing, but even with a swatch, it is size for a 10-year-old. Huh." Carrie said, "Mel, my kitchen always looks like a murder scene after I pit cherries." And I'm sorry for your friend, Mel, but I am going to go and bake my first chocolate zucchini cake with zucchinis from my garden. I have baked many a chocolate zucchini cake as soon as we're done. In fact, last year, if you will remember, I baked one for my neighbor and his wife went to get a piece and she was like, "Where is that cake?" And he's like, "I ate it." He ate the whole thing. Deb said, "LOL, pocket friends." That's one of the things I never really expected about this channel is that I have made like friends. You know, I think different channels do things differently, and that's not a good or a bad thing. It's just the way we all do things. But because I've mostly made myself more accessible, um, I have made friends. Like people I think would still be my friends if I stopped filming and stopped making videos. Rachel said, "Thank you for the book, Rex." Rebecca said, "Trust the pattern." Crystal said, "Yum." Yes, Angie, it's like a carrot cake kind of. But it has no flavor. You know, the zucchini tastes like kind of like nothing. So it's sort of like a carrot cake. I will give you the recipe, Christina. I have it in my Pinterest board, so it's easy for me to share the pin. It is delicious. Carrie said, "Chocolate zucchini cake sounds amazing. Just another reason to be closer." Yeah, you should be my neighbor. I will bring you cake all the time. Those zucchinis do not eat themselves. Sometimes you can't give them away around here. Elizabeth said, "Heck yeah, we'd still be friends." Oh. Rita said, "Trish, you inspire us on our own fiber journey." But thank you. Rita, I love that. But you know what I've been thinking lately is like really the inspirational person is a person who doesn't know how to do it yet. And they're like, "It's okay, I'm just gonna try it. And if I mess up, it's okay." Like that is who should inspire us. Not me. I've been doing this forever. Mel said, "You should make an AI image of hamsters and hedgehogs while knitting. It's a group of fiber pocket friends." I can try. I can try. Sarah said, "I would love to be your in real life friend. I just wish we lived closer." I wish so many of you lived closer. Um, yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I wish, really wish that. Tina said, "We all love you and you are very personable. You don't act better than someone because of your channel." Because I'm not. Everything was an accident. This all was a big accident, but it's awesome. Rita said, "Mel, perfect." Itsy Bitsy said, "Oh, good, we have so many zucchinis in our yard." Yeah, I'll share it. Joanne said, "If we're pocket friends, does that make it us lint?" It depends on whose pocket. Aaron said, "Since we moved to Missouri from Utah, away from all family and friends, this group has been such a blessing." Uh, Probably most of you guys know this, but really the reason I started making videos is because we moved and I did not have friends here. And this is something that I'm super interested in. And I was like, I can share this. So I made my first video basically because I was like bored and lonely. Sarah said my mother-in-law makes so much zucchini bread, muffins, and cake that I can't even look at them anymore. I'm sorry, Sarah. I won't show them. I mean, just avert your eyes. Hello, Arlene. She said, should just jumped on. Have a good week. Carrie said we need to start a commune. Then we'll be ready for when the zombies come. I love that. Crystal said this tribe is the best accident. My marriage is an accident. I did plan my child that I gave birth to. This is an accident. Like my whole life is just a big accident that I just rolled with. Sarah said, Carrie, you're reading my mind. Carrie said, I wonder what images you'd get if your prompt was pocket friends knitting. Scary. But we might do it. Teen said there are no accidents. This is a direct result of how much you show up authentically and bless us with your don't make me cry gifts. Thanks. It's still an accident. I mean, unplanned. Maybe we should say it's unplanned. Itsy Bitsy said, please don't change your style. I like you as you are and you stand out from the others because of that. I don't watch the others for that reason. Thank you. I don't want to get teared up. It's silly. Sally said, I hate patterns that tell you how many balls of yarn you will need because I have had a time doing the math on the yardage. I have a hard time. Well, Sally, you could always come into the group and get someone else to check your math because we'll do it. Deb said, OMG, Carrie, yes. Deb's pretty fun. I think you want her on your commune. Tina said, I wore my Tour de Fleece shirt while I did our local yarn hop and I got so many comments. Everyone loved it. That's cool. Don't, Sarah. Sarah said, if you cry, then I'll cry. I really struggle with that. If I see someone crying, like my tear ducts squeeze automatically. It's awful. Carrie said, my mom has a great recipe for zucchini cheese pie to break up the cake and bread. Is it zucchini cheese pie? I need to know more. Itsy Bitsy said, silly is good. Marie said, Carrie, I was thinking the same thing. Just retire to have fun. 100%. Crystal said, actually, accident is the wrong word. Gift is better. There you go. Serendipity. That's probably it. I do think that's kind of my whole life. Like, when those things happen, I just grab them. You know what I mean? And I won't let go. Carrie said, it's not silly to feel so much that the feelings leak out your eyes. That's just science. Oh my gosh. I can't help it, Mel. It's awful. Isn't it terrible? Well, actually the cake thing for today happened because I was gonna use the first zucchini out of the garden. I've gotten a couple since then to make fritters. If you've ever had zucchini fritters, I was gonna make those on the weekend for breakfast. It sounds like a weird thing, but it's kind of like a potato pancake, but with zucchini. Oh, hi, bud. And I said, I'll use this to make, and John was like, cake, chocolate cake. So, did you send me it last summer? I must have it then, Carrie. Carrie said, I think I sent you the recipe last summer when you were having the same issue. I will find it. I probably have it. Rita said, I just have learned to roll with the punches. You know what? It is better though, Rita, than trying to fight it, isn't it? Joanne said, you're in Michigan. How do you have zucchini already? Oh my gosh, Joanne. We're in zone 6. Do you want to get down? What are you doing? Are you okay? Did that scare you? I'm sorry. We do. We have zucchini already. We have cucumbers are small. They're not ready. Tomatoes aren't ready. Teen said we would make a pretty good apocalypse. Apocalypse team though, for real. We would, and you know what? John is great to have on your team or your team because he makes beer. If you like that kind of thing. Mel said, "Have you ever had those zucchini boats? There's an Italian. I don't know what that should be. And I have a recipe for an Asian inspired, Italian inspired, and Asian inspired like pot sticker. Oh no, that sounds good though. Hello, Catherine. Arlene said I'm a crier too. Embarrassing sometimes, but just shows you care. Oh, Carrie said don't search for it. I'll find it. And oh, that'd be good. Thank you. Deb. Wait, Deb, you pulled. Oh, from the. Okay. Are you going to pickle them? Did you eat them? What? Tell me. I can't wait for cucumbers. I'm going to make pickles this year. Joanne said I'm in 6 also. I guess I'm just late this year. We actually got our zucchini in later than usual, too. Cher said my mom's memorial is in about 10 minutes. Jumped on to say have a gloriously wonderful rest of your day. Cher, I'm so sorry I didn't know it was today. I'm thinking about you. I know you're going through it. Sarah said my mom planted zucchini one spring. We had so many zucchini, so many. I think I'm still traumatized from eating zucchini in every imaginable permutation that summer. Sarah, we do that every year, and I can't wait. Teen said I used to make bush tea wine when I lived in the village. It was pretty good. We wouldn't go hungry or thirsty. There you go. Carrie said I'll bring my hunting and fishing husband, my friends who can stuff, and my friends who make their own maple syrup. What is stuff? There you go. Anne said, can my husband be on the team? He hunts, fishes, and cooks. Rania said to share crazy bird. Sorry for your loss. Hope the memorial will be beautiful. Danielle said my crying is too unpredictable. Sometimes I have a good handle on it due to my job, and other times it takes me by surprise. Do you think, Danielle, that that's because you have to keep it clamped down because of your job? And then, so when you're not like thinking about controlling it, sometimes it just. Elizabeth said, Teen, there's a lady I often see in the school pickup line with a sticker on her car of a ball of yarn and the motto, post-apocalyptic life skill. Why are you guys making me say apocalypse so much? Oh, Carrie says share love and light. She's probably already on the way, but that's really, you guys, she's been through it. Katrina said we make zucchini bread cake fritters until I can't handle them anymore. Then I make zucchini relish with the rest. Do you can it, Katrina? Is it pickled? I need more information. Can you tell? I have questions. That's the t-shirt I need. Joanne said I've been caregiving my parents a lot this year. My garden is very haphazard. That's okay, Joanne. Right? Rita said, thinking of you, Cher. Deb said they were regular ones waiting on the pickling ones. Can you not pickle them all? I guess I don't know enough. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I just saw a lady who freezes her basil in olive oil, and I've never tried it. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that this year, too. Carrie said, sorry, my friends who can fruits and vegetables. That makes sense. I need help with that. Helene said I planted 2 zucchini plants, and some animal took both plants. Really? Little sons of nutcrackers. We saw 2 baby deer last Sunday, I think, walking along the back edge of the garden, which is fenced. And I was like, get out of here. Marie said, I've heard the plants are growing slower. Ours are not. Everything is going crazy. Rebecca said we would always be clothed. We would. Crystal said my poor Jack and Sally salt and pepper shakers. Jack and Sally. I don't know who that is. Rita said I canned 24 jars. They came in at the start of the tour. Rita, you're the inspiration for day 4. The image for day 4 with the green beans. Tina said I have always been super emotional and cry at anything till I lost my dad in January, my 3rd parent, and I think it broke me. Now I feel like I can't cry anymore. I wonder if it'll come back, Tina. I'm so sorry about that. That sounds really hard. I don't I don't really want to say why I think it might come back, but I think it might eventually. Um Deb said, OMG, I want to do that with basil, oregano, and patchouli this year. Teen said, weren't you were the one commending people who go for it even if they don't know what they are doing? This applies here too. Oh, I go for it. But, I don't want them to be all mushy. Terry said you can freeze zucchini. I have tried it, Terry, and it never, the way it comes out is always weird. What you do as you spread it, add a little bit of water and put it in a container and freeze it. And then in the winter, you can have zucchini, bread. Maybe I will try it that way. Oh, Nightmare Before, thank you. Stabby said I just got yarn stickers for my new car. That's fun. Danielle said, "Oh yes, that's it. That's exactly it, Trish. Got to stay under control there. So on me time, it's a free for that makes so much sense to me because that is how I am. Yeah, and I mean over the past like 6 to 8 weeks, I've been trying to deal with stuff that I've kept locked down for so long that I feel like I'm going crazy a little bit. Kate said if you like pesto, you can make it with your basil and follow the recipe for the way until adding cheese. Freeze before adding, and then when you want to use it, thaw and mix in the cheese. Interesting. Joanne said if you have space, you can freeze. That's what I do. Joanne, I actually core them, wash them and core them, and then freeze them whole. And it's so funny when you take them out, they like clack together like billiard balls. But it works great, and I make sauce out of them. Crystal said, Nightmare Before Christmas, Sally has been broken, and now Jack joined her. Oh, I'm sorry. Good thing I can glue them back together. Oh, good. Lisa said, when I was waiting to go in to be prepped for my surgery, how is your foot, by the way? Is it your foot or your leg, actually, Lisa? She said, a lady was knitting next to me. Even though I was obviously a knitter working on a sock, she was so kind to share with one me. Share with me? Sally said, my mom has canned 26 pints of beans. Wow. Aaron, what? What? Zucchini can be used as a flour replacement. Dehydrate, then powder the zucchini and use it up to 1/3 swap for flour in bread recipes. Have you made... No. What? Mock pineapple? Okay. This is getting crazy. Mel said I just baked bread and freeze it. That's probably what I should be doing, Mel. Rita said, fiber question. Are there guard hairs in mohair? I don't think I have had any. Terry said, darn autocorrect. Shared. Got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Elizabeth said, letting go is scary. It has been, yeah. I don't want to go, like I said, I don't want to like put too much out here, but because some people aren't going to want to hear it, and that's okay. Tina said, didn't you know you could I have froze it. I just, when it comes out, it's always like so. I think maybe I was doing it wrong. I was grating it and freezing it, and then all the moisture was out of it, and it was kind of different. I don't know how to explain. Rania said if you plant a fast growing zucchini variety, I think you can get a harvest depending on your growing zone, of course. Maybe ours is fast growing. I actually bought them from a nursery this year. Sometimes I start my own, but I bought them and I don't know what variety even. Rita said I'm getting brown hair in the mohair and some feels coarse. Maybe. I haven't done a ton of raw mohair, Rita. Have you looked in the Fleece and Fiber source book to see if there are sometimes guard hairs in the mohair? I don't know. Hello, Shaylee. Mel said there's nothing like pulling a loaf of zucchini bread out in January and enjoying it. That's a good idea. I was kind of low on freezer space for a while, but I'm doing better this year on that. Lisa said, sorry, she shared a dishcloth with me. It's my foot and the pain good has improved significantly. Still keeping it up. I figured out how to spin anyway. That's good. Terry said, okay, my brain, shred the zucchini, having brain fog. Blah, blah. Teen said, I miss zucchini bread. Haven't had success growing them over here. Really? The bugs seem to get them if it doesn't have a hard shell like a pumpkin or butternut. Interesting. I would have thought, well, I guess they would grow there if the bugs didn't get them, right? Tina said, Rita, I have a friend who raises them. I could ask her. That's a good idea. Rita said, good answer. Look at my books. You are not, Rita. Don't say that. Evie said, thanks for all the cooking tips. Unfortunately, I have to go back to work. Boo. Oh, I have to go too. I gotta go bake a cake. Rita said, I'm wondering if something else was mixed in. Did it go through a mill or are you processing it yourself? Because if it went through a mill, you never can really know if something else got in with, not got in, but maybe was like stuck on the card or whatever. Mel is going to ask as well. Rachel said, unfortunately, all my fiber has different colored coarse hairs. The shedding dogs. Okay, you're processing it yourself. So it probably didn't come from somewhere else unless it was like the floor of the barn, right? All right, you guys, if you don't mind hitting the like before you go, I'm going to go bake a cake, but I'm also going to post a link to the recipe that we like. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I hope you guys have a great one. I'll see you Tuesday. I got a dyeing video coming on Tuesday.